Hello, and welcome to episode 106 of the Once Upon a Corgi podcast. We are a Crafty Puppy Interrupted podcast coming to you from Southern Connecticut. I'm your human host, Gabby. You can find me everywhere online as Gabigails, and all my hand-dyed yarn at Once Upon a Corgi and onceuponacorgi.com. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of your time to spend with us as we explore my crafting adventures. Good boy. Hello. Thank you. We have a little bit of administrative stuff to get into before we get into the crafting, and that is to announce the 4th annual Pumpkin Make-Along. I hope it's the 4th, otherwise I can't count. And this is a make-along I have been hosting with my fellow Pum Queen, OperaJo, Joanna of Stitching the High Notes. It is a make-along that is anything pumpkin-inspired, themed, colored, smelling, shaped, pumpkin-y, you name it, you make it, it counts. So we are doing knitting, spinning, crocheting, stitching, sewing, and weaving are all included in this make-along. We will both have finished object threads and chatter threads in our Ravelry groups, and we have the hashtag PumpkinMAL that you can use to post on Instagram. We don't have any prizes set up yet, but we will be working on that, so if you are a maker of any sorts and would like to donate a prize, please reach out to Joanna and or myself, and we will get you all set up with that. I am super excited for the make-along this year. It's just the perfect kickoff for fall, and I love pumpkin everything, as you guys know. I'm excited for pumpkin season to start. Starbucks has already released the pumpkin spice latte. I haven't gotten one yet. I just haven't gone out to get coffee, but I've been drinking my pumpkin toffee coffee for at least a month and a half already. And I'm not mad. I love fall. I'm so excited. Those are the announcements for this week. I hope you guys join in. It's always such a fun make-along, and I love seeing everybody's projects. You can never have too many pumpkin things. All right, I have my show notes. I have my tea that is too hot to read, so let us get into, nope, can't read tea. Tea that is too hot to drink. So let's get into what I have been working on this week. I have no finished objects for this week, right? Yeah, I have no finished objects, but I do have some makes I'm super excited about. So I have not really put a dent on my Marettimo, so I'm not going to show that to you. It's just, I don't even think I've worked on it since, no, I worked on it for like half an inch, so that's not very exciting. But I do have one new cast on I'm super excited about. I'm going to be using this for my pumpkin make-along because it is fall inspired and in the middle of a row. So give me 2 seconds while I do this. And this is the Red Robin sock by Curious Handmade. It's from her first Sock Society. Trying to knit this while talking, not good. And this is out of my hand-dyed yarn in the new Samhain colorway, which is our newest fall colorway. So it is very pumpkin-y because fall and pumpkins and Samhain, and it's all there. Here we go. I am knitting this on my Isaac base, which is 100% superwash merino. I hope this is in focus. And it is just a deliciously fall colored speckly of tans and browns and little bits of gold with orange and red and little hints of black speckles in there. I love it so much. And I love the textured sock. I think it's the perfect pattern for this. You get a little bit of every color in all of the slip stitches that you do. I think they're slip stitches. I'm going to call them slip stitches because I don't want to give away the pattern as well. It is a paid for pattern. I did a 2x2 twisted rib for the cuff. I'm knitting these on my 2.25 millimeter Haya sharps, and I've just been zooming along on this thing. I think I've picked this up twice in the past week, and this is how far I am. I'm going to do, I think, 3 more repeats of the pattern and then start on my heel. Haven't decided on a heel yet, and that's fine. And I've got my little pumpkin progress keeper that I believe my friend Lauren gave me our first pumpkin swap. I think so. I don't know if my sock mojo is completely back, but I am really enjoying this. And it is living in my Marettimo sock bag. And I just love this colorway. I definitely think this is going to be a good sweater colorway. I kind of want to dye up a sweater's quantity for myself, but I haven't picked out a sweater yet. I might save that for next year. We'll see. So this is my pumpkin entry. I also do plan on not finishing, but fixing my pumpkin cable socks that I keep saying every year I'm going to fix, but I never do. So we'll see. See what happens. So good. So good. This is our newest fall colorway, and I had such a good time. I had such a good time dyeing this up. I love it. I love it so much. Oh, I did forget something. Hold on. Okay, that's it. So that's basically all I've been knitting on. Again, a little bit of the Marettimo, mostly that sock, and yeah, that's basically what I've been knitting on this week. Not a ton of knitting this week. I do have some spinning to show you. I guess I do have a finished object. I have finished spinning the Cheviot that I had on the Eel Nano, and I did a 2-ply. This is about a fingering weight. It's been washed. I have 341 yards, so probably a sport to fingering weight. No, I think it's more of a fingering weight. This is only about 3 ounces because I was fed up with spinning my test fiber that I really wanted to dig into my Illyrian wings, so I just stopped spinning. I have a bag of the leftover fiber. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I just don't want to spin it anymore. This is 100% Cheviot. It was a dyed braid I did for the shop that's just sort of been hanging out for a while. So I snagged it to use it as a practice bit. It has been washed. It has been hung to dry. So it's a pretty even balance. I did a 2-ply. I'm not totally thrilled with my plying. I think the singles came out really well, but the plies are loose in some like looser than I would like them to be in some areas. I know I'm not gonna be able to zoom in close enough for you to see it, but it is this like tropical sea foam mint green with little speckles or like color splashes of blue and golds in there. I don't know what I'm gonna use this for. I might over dye it. I might de-stash it. I'm not totally sure. I'll probably de-stash it. This isn't really a color I knit with that much. And I'd rather have the hand spun go to somebody who has a plan for it than to sit in my stash forever. So that's my spinning finished object, which means I have started spinning way over here. Excuse me. My Illyrian wings. So I have, to prep these, split up my, okay, here they are. They're all set. So I had 3 2-ounce bats. What I did was split up each bat into equal thirds and then took a section from each bat, and I will be spinning those onto a bobbin per bat and then plying those together. So then one section from each bat will be plied into one to kind of distribute the colors evenly. So I have started on the first one, and this is my Nano Eel. And I love it so much, and it's so cute, and I can't wait to get a battery pack for it so I can take it everywhere. I'm so excited. And I have started spinning the Illyrian wings. I don't know if you can see this. If you can't, I'll try and put a picture up. But it is just this beautifully almost black, dark brown with sparkles of green and gold and little hints of silver and red, and just, oh, I'm dying over this. This is the, again, Illyrian Wings by Classy Squid Fiber Arts, my little sticky mat. And it is Corriedale Fleece, Polworth, Mulberry Silk, Muga Silk, Silk Noil, and Angelina. So there we go. And per usual, I always have a little bit. So here is one of the sections, and it's spinning up like a dream. It's soft, and it's lanolin-y, and it just sort of falls into, like, it just melts into the wheel in the most perfect way. That's all I have. It's how I imagine Azrael's shadows just sort of curl around his ears. They're just like, oh hey, I love you. But that's what my fiber does to my wheel. Oh, I love it. So then, yeah, split each bat into 3 and then split those into 3 sections. I'm hoping for a fingering 2-sport weight 3-ply, a traditional 3-ply. I usually do a chain ply, but I really want to get a good 3-ply down. So that means each bobbin, which is a 2-ounce bobbin, will be holding about, I think it comes to like 24 grams per bobbin. I don't know how much it is in ounces. I didn't do the math. And then that way, yeah, I don't know what my plan is. The plan is to spin all the singles and then do all the plying in sort of one go. I think that's either going to require me to get storage bobbins, or my plan is to label 1, 2, 3 and then transfer the singles onto my larger bobbins for my honey and ply, and then I'm going to end up applying this on my bluebonnet. We'll see. I haven't figured out that juggling situation yet. I'm not totally sure how to keep them from getting mixed up because I no longer know. So actually, that's a dumb plan. I will let you know when I figure it out. But I'm super excited. My plan is to knit a cropped cardigan for the wedding as one of those, like, instead of the jean jacket or leather jacket thing with my name on the back, I will have a cardigan out of hand spun. I'm so excited. I only started spinning this last night, so it's still very early on, but I'm just, I love it so much. And I will put the link to where you can get this wheel in the show notes because it is the perfect little mini baby wheel of spinning delicious glory. And there's no other way to describe this thing. I love it. I love it so much. Maybe I'll just get more bobbins for this. No, because then I can use the storage bobbins for the other wheel in case I do like a big sweater spin. All right, sip of tea. Maybe. Oh, it's hot. I really want to drink you. All right, the other making I have been working on is sewing. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see this on my stories. I have a highlight under sewing, but I decided to start working on, I envisioned. I have this vision of an outfit I want to wear at my bachelorette party, which is going to be in September. We're doing it super early because winter, and also it's fall and it's busy. And if I don't do it now, I'm not going to have one. So my thought process was I wanted a top and skirt ensemble that I could easily go from day activities to night activities without having to change and feeling like a little bit fancy, but not too fancy, but like just fancy enough. You know, you like that middle ground of fancy. So I did some searching for patterns and I did not find anything that I was completely looking for. So I decided to draft my own of sorts. To draft that, I have been using my So Many Dresses and So Little Time by Tanya Whelan. I got this book at Joann's. You can find it on Amazon, and I love it. It breaks dresses down into different sections. So you have bodices, necklines, sleeves, and skirts. And it shows you how to make all of those separately, and then make them all separately, how to attach them all, and then different modifications like a sloped shoulder, small or large bust adjustment, a sway back, how to like switch it so you only have darts on the bottom or just on the side, or how to make it do both. It's been amazing. So I went through and I post-it noted whatever I needed. So we have our Sweetheart neckline, which I wanted, and it is a princess cut. So it's very form-fitting. Along with, oh, that's a circle skirt. So we definitely want a circle skirt, but that's not the top. Jumping ahead here. And a sort of raglan style sleeve. So I'm probably going to insert video of Barnaby wearing the mock-up / lining as I'm telling you this, but the inspiration is a fan art piece by Charlie Bower from A Court of Thorns and Roses, more like Mist and Fury. It's a image of Feyre in the night court outfit that she has to wear when she is first there. I don't want to spoil anything in case no one's read it yet. Yeah, so I saw this, I was like, oh, that's gonna be a really good top. I really want to make one. So I'm making one. It is a sweetheart neckline, kind of crop top, and it's got a chiffon or gossamer. I mean, it's illustrated, so like a chiffon kind of layer over it that has like a 3/4 sleeve, a higher neckline, and it's sort of like a raglan style. I'll try to put a picture here. I'm in too deep with this now. Like I'm too far gone. You can't save me. And my plan is to pair this with a maxi circle skirt. I saw one on Pinterest, and then I tried to find the fabric, but the fabric was really expensive, and then buying the actual skirt itself is also really expensive. So I found some substitute fabric that I do plan on using, and I do plan on making a plain black one and a more party-like one. I don't have the fabrics in. As soon as I get them, I will show you. So that is the whole plan. As of right now, I have the lining layer done. I am using a bridal silk satin anti-static lining layer. I do have boning in it because I do want the underlayer to have a little bit of structure to kind of hold itself up. I have the mock-up done for the chiffon out of some black tulle. The plan is to do an invisible zipper because I haven't really figured out a good way to make this a pullover kind of style. It is very form-fitting, and I like that with my tops. With the So Many Dresses book, you do get all of the... You do get all of the patterns. They're on 3 different sheets that you trace off of and then make the adjustments as needed. So I have been doing that for the chiffon overlayer. I did the raglan style 3/4 sleeves that way, and I alternated they have a halter top with like a tie loop, like a bridesmaid's dressy style, so I adjusted their halter top pattern to be more of a slightly gathered halter top shape. That way the sleeves kind of set into it. So I have sewn the lining layer, and I have a mock-up zipper in there right now. I do plan on putting in a like a final zipper, separating zipper, and I think I'm going to do a flap over to cover it. And I have cut out the fashion fabric. So I am just using this tracing paper. I got it on Amazon in college. It's like an architect's tracing paper, so when you press it flat against something, you can trace through it. So that's what I use, and I am using this deep purple striped brocade, and I love it. The side I'm going to be using as the final fabric has like satiny strap, the satin stripes with the horizontal line texture stripes, and I'm super excited for those. So the fashion layer is all cut out, and I do have the bottom waistband with horizontal stripes to go over it. I'm super excited, and I am using this deep plum chiffon that I got at Affordable Fabrics to go over it. So this will be the final, I hope you can see this, the final look. Well, yeah. I'm so excited. This is coming together so nicely. I've been doing about an hour a day. I missed yesterday and Tuesday. I'm doing about an hour a day on it. I am hoping to get some, I would like to get the fashion fabric all attached and maybe the top, at least the top neckline area sewn onto the lining and have that ready to go, because then I really have to get into the chiffon. I have been working on ways to finish the edges of the chiffon. Let me get those. Actually, I'll insert video because it's hard to show it up. So the chiffon, some chiffons, I think it's more gossamers that don't fray. I'm not totally sure. I'm literally making this up as I go. This is what my brain is telling me, and I'm like, what could go wrong? The chiffon I have does fray at the edges, so I have been playing with different ways to finish the edges. So there is the traditional rolled hem, but I think if that's sort of in my armpit area, that's going to be a lot more irritative. I do have like oddly sensitive armpit area. I don't know how to say that. Like where straps go, I always get irritated. So I did play around with a non-fray glue, but that leaves a little bit of a residue, but also not a ton. Like people aren't really gonna see it. And I have played around with burning the edges, and I think burning the edges is going to be my best bet. I do plan on doing a rolled hem for the neckline so I can use a very small cord to attach everything on. It's kind of just like floating and gathered, and I'm going to use a hook and eye in the back to, maybe I should do elastic? Yeah, I'm not sure. The plan was to do a hook and eye. I might do elastic. That might be the best, because then I could just attach it all to it and then it wouldn't be sliding around. Yeah, maybe I'll do elastic. I have to test it. So the plan was to do a hook and eye. I might do elastic now, and I'm going to do elastic around the elbow areas to kind of give it that slight like structure right above the elbows, but leave it, you know, still pretty flowy. I'm afraid if I just sew the elbows shut, I'm not going to have enough room. Like there's not going to be enough give in the fabric for me to move my arms comfortably. So I think I'm going to burn the edges of the chiffon to finalize them, and then on the sleeve and neckline edge, I'll do the rolled hem. That way the elastic has something to hold on to. I'm super excited for this. I'm hoping if I can finish this in the black maxi skirt, I can wear that to the wedding in October that we have to attend. It is an October wedding, so darker color. I mean, I wear dark colors anyway, but it wouldn't be so like flashy that I couldn't wear it to a wedding. I'm so excited for it. I love it. I didn't realize how much fun like making your own sewing pattern was until right now. I sort of like made up most of the SCA patterns because we sort of had written patterns, but we just fudged it anyway. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the sewing. I have so much OperaJo, but I just don't know what I want to make, and I don't really have the right fabrics for the projects I want. So I am going to do a fabric de-stash. I just need to make the time to sit down and go through my fabric stash. I really do. I basically have decided that my new wardrobe is maxi tulle skirts. I know it's not practical for dyeing yarn, and I know I need to make more staples for I think if I just make a work week uniform of simple things that if I get them dirty with dye won't really show up that well, but because I am my tendency is rebel, so the second I give myself this goal, I no longer want to do it, and I only want to swan around in giant tulle ball gowns. And I don't know why that's not acceptable in life. I think it should be. I think we need to make it more acceptable that this is just my everywhere. I want to be able to flounce into Panera with a trail of magical tulle coming after me and not get weird looks for once. One day. Okay. I think that's it for my making. Let me check my show notes. Oh my god, I didn't even tell you. Alright, so to end my making, I will end with what I am wearing. I am wearing the Mount Pleasant top by Pip and Pin in Leading Men Fiber Arts, the Gothic Queen colorway. I will be knitting another one of these. It's just a matter of what colorway. I have been debating Hello Witchling, or Buzzard, or Cold Dead Heart, or I don't know, I have to look. I would like one out of my hand-dyed yarn because I always wear this to shows, and then I feel weird going, oh, this isn't mine, this is Leading Men. They're down on the other side of the building. Oh, I love it so much. I am pairing it with one of my knit pencil skirts from Patterns for Pirates, which I 1000% need to make more of. I would like a solid black one, I would like a gray one, and I would like 15 more with floral black fabric. The end. Okay, moving on. I have no stash building for you this week. We are still on that wedding grind. But I did do some of my crafting goals. So I have started my Illyrian wings. Huzzah! So I did maybe complete one thing I actually said, which is, so I completed 2 things. And I have not gone through my fabric stash. Oh no, wait, I do have some stash building. It's not yarn, it is from the Snuggly Monkey Crafts. I basically destroyed this sticker. I will put their information in the show notes. But I have grabbed some natural linen embroidery cloth stuff so I can start practicing embroidering tiny flowers, because I really want to embroider, like, I love those, like, the cross stitch and the embroidery things of, like, beautiful floral stuff that you would see in, like, a Victorian home, and then the saying being something, like, completely out of control. Or just, like, I need one with, like, beautiful flowers everywhere, and then the middle to just say, be the woman Lizzo thinks you are, because that's just the motivation that I need sometimes. I love it. So this is my stash building. I got some fabric. I have not found a good tutorial for embroidered flowers, so if you guys have any, like, YouTube videos or book recommendations, let me know. I would like to start these ASAP, because I don't have enough crafts in my life or enough things to do, obviously. Sleep is for the weak, and I just plan on getting rid of all of it. Yeah. All right, so that is it for my crafting. If you are not here for any of the shop update or beyond crafting, thank you so much for watching. And if you are here for those two, let us continue on. Shop update news. We do have pre-orders in the shop for the fall colorways still, and that is on Big Lace, Isaac, Ginger, Marie Cutie, Penny, or Cecil. Those are going to stay up through September 14th. I'm going to put that in the item description too. That way it gives me a little bit of time before October to get them dyed and shipped out to you guys. And we'll be having a shop update on September 1st, which is this Sunday, 9 a.m. We'll be putting up pre-orders for the Violet Baudelaire crop tops. Oh, I should get that. Here it is. This is the 30-inch bust size. So the pattern is aimed to be released October 3rd is the updated date that Melissa gave me, and it is by Melissa of Skeinanigans Designs. And I love this so much. I plan on making another one as a 3/4 sleeve because I can't live without it. So I will have pre-orders up for the sweaters. All of the minis will be on the Isaac base, but we are offering the kits on Isaac, Penny, or Tesla. And we have 3 different color combos that we are offering. So what will be included is 2 to 4 skeins of the 2 to 4 full skeins of the main body, and I may have an extra listing for a +1 in case you want to do the larger sizes with the 3/4 sleeves. I'm not sure if 4 skeins will cover that, so if you want to get an extra one, you can. So we will have, and then you will get 2 10-gram minis. I believe the most anyone has used for the collar is 18 grams. My collar was 10 grams exactly, so I figure 20 just to play it safe, and then you have a little extra for whatever else you need. So color option number 1 is Hearth for the main color and Ravishing for the contrast, which is the combo I did. And this is it on Tesla, and then the minis will all be on Isaac. And this is the combo that Melissa did for hers. She did Ravishing for the body and Earl Grey for the contrast, and this is it on Penny. And then the other combo is Earl Grey as the body and Hearth as the contrast, and then this is Earl Grey on the the Isaac base. So those are your options. I do have, I think, 1 or 2 mini skein kits of just the minis up in the shop if you want to do a body of a different color, or if you just want to get a main color somewhere and then use scraps for the collar. I think that would be super cute too. So yeah, I am super excited to see these knit up in the world, and I think the October 3rd release, and it's such a small, like, it's such a quick knit that you could definitely get it done for Rhinebeck if you did the short sleeve version. Oh, it would be so cute. So again, that is going up September 1st at 9 a.m. and those orders will be up through September 14th, so I can get those out as soon as possible to you. So if you want to do a Rhinebeck sweater, you have the yarn ready to go. More shop news, we will be having a trunk show at A Stitch in Time in Bethel, Connecticut for the Western Connecticut Yarn Crawl. I will be there Friday, September 20th in the afternoon, and Saturday, September 21st, all day. So if you are going to the Western Connecticut Yarn Crawl, it's 7 stores on the western side of Connecticut, or just sort of in the area on that Friday or Saturday. Come in and stop stop by and say hello. This will be my third year as a trunk show for this yarn crawl, and I'm super excited to keep this tradition up. All right, the rest of this is beyond crafting, and that is what I've been up to besides crafting. And besides screaming about A Court of Thorns and Roses and the Advent Calendar. You guys, I'm dying. I'm gonna die. All right, beyond crafting, we'll get the reading out of the way. I have finished Honor's Price by Sever Brani, and I believe his next book is due to release this year, maybe beginning of next year. So now I'm waiting for him to publish the last book. I think it's going to be a trilogy. He's not sure. So I finished that, and then I picked up Six of Crows by Leah Bardugo. This is a young adult. It's basically a young adult magical heist book. It's a Dutch city-based group of teenage misfits that are like in the slums of the city, and like there's some magic. Some people have magic, some people don't. There's different kinds. Like there's like body magic, or healers can heal stuff, or like heart treaders who can like control your body, like to stop your heart, or like constrict your veins so you can't have blood. That's a great description. And then there's fabricators who use material goods, so like they can pull metal out of stuff. They can kind of like pull the color out of, one of them like pulls a color out of fruit and then puts it on a fabric for a merchant. And then there's squallers who deal with nature, like moving the tides, like work with they're air and water benders. That's really what they are. So it's a group of 6 teenagers that are part of a gang, and they get offered this heist, and it was really good. I read this in 12 hours. It was very fast, and I didn't even try for it to be that fast. It just sort of happened. I mean, I read it in 3 days. I sat down at 9 o'clock each night, and I finished reading at midnight. Not my plan, but that's sort of what happens anyway. It was a really good book. It was a nice change of having the more like the Dutch language base. A lot of the fantasy novels I've been reading are definitely more like French or Latin or like Celtic based. So that was a good switch up. It was a really good book. Also, I just love the look of it. Like all the pages are edged in black. And I mean, I was hooked the second I read it. I'm just going to read you the first line. This author does have, it's called the Grisha, which is what they call like the people with magic. She's got a line called the Grisha line or series or something, and it's 3 books, and I think it goes more in depth on like these magical people, and word on the street is they're gonna do a Hulu series, which is super exciting. So the first line is, Juiced had 2 problems, the moon and his mustache. Hooked! So there we go, 6 of Crows, finished it, and it is a duology. So I have started, what's it called? Crooked Kingdom. It's book 2 in the series. It's got the red, but I am about 2 chapters in, so we're still in that sort of like setting up the characters and half recapping what happened at the end of 6 of Crows to kind of refresh your memory. But I think this is also going to be a quick one. I only read this for about 20 minutes, and there's no way. I probably read this for like 10, 15 minutes. I'm about 15 pages in, so I'm excited to get a hold of this. It's been a really nice nightly routine of sewing from like 7:30 to 9, and then reading 9:30 to midnight, and then trying not to read more, but actually going to bed. It's been really good. I'm pleasantly surprised by these. I really like them. And I found, because of Misty Mountain Maid on Instagram, posted this paper cutout craft that she won from this artist on Instagram, and I'm blanking on the name, and now I really wish that she sold those because I would buy them 1,000%. They have, in this book, like each group has each book has its tagline, like, to the stars that listened, and God, I love Court of Thorns and Roses. Those sort of things. They have, like before they go in to do a job or a heist or like anything, they say no mourners, no funerals, and I love it. I just want it plastered all over my house. Ugh, I just love books. So I finished these. I am number 1 on the waiting list for Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas, and I have been for 2 days, so I'm about to hunt down whoever in Milford is reading this book from my public library so they can just give it up already. Okay, so that's what I've been reading. That's what I've been wanting to read. We've been watching Lucifer on Netflix, which has been delightful. It's basically your standard cop comedy drama, but the partner in crime is the devil. It's great. It's mostly been great because he'll say something and then Jake goes, "Oh look, it's me." So highly recommend. I've only been like half paying attention to it because I've also been spinning and reading and like walking around the house trying to get stuff done. So I haven't been 100% on like into paying attention to it, but I have really enjoyed what I've seen. The other thing that I've been getting into is plants. I am really bad at taking care of indoor plants. I worked in a greenhouse for 6 or 7 years. I don't even remember how long anymore. So I got real good at like starting plants and getting them to the point where people take them and put them in their yards. And I can do outdoor plants. I can do vegetables. I got that. But indoor plants have always been a struggle. But I've managed to keep an aloe plant and a rubber plant alive for longer than 6 months together. So I did a little IKEA trip this morning with my friend Sam. I had to go pick up a printer cart for Adrian. And I live about 20-30 minutes away from the IKEA. So I treated myself to this guy. He is a flat-leafed Sansevieria. I think that's what it's called. I named him Hector, and he lives on top of my stash. And I love him, and I hope he survives. I'm just so excited. I have wanted to put something up on this stash forever. And so I finally broke down and felt myself confident enough as a plant parent that I could do that. And he is living next to my angry ice dragon and the White Walker. So they're just hanging out up there, being together, living their best minimalist Scandinavian stash life. I also got 3 tiny cacti because they're so cute, and I named them Edgar, Ellen, and Poe. They're living in my bookshelf. And I picked up one more gray ceramic pot because a friend of mine is really good at succulents and indoor plants and has a small greenhouse in her apartment. So she has I think a jade plant or a banana plant. She's got a plant for me, and I'm super excited to bring a plant baby home. And with that, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for taking the time to catch up with all of our crafting and reading, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.